Friday, once again. You know it's my favorite day of the week. And boy, I say this every time, but we got something very special for you today. We are joining ChiBatterySystems. This is the Chicago Mega Ride Weekend. So if you don't know who ChiBatterySystems is by now, they are an incredible sponsor of many of our group rides. They are a PEV battery system shop. They make BMSs, batteries, all sorts of Sur-Ron and E-Moto bike rides. And they do a ton for the community here in Chicago. And this weekend they are hosting an extra special group ride, inviting riders from all over across the US here to our beautiful city of Chicago. And this is the Friday night ride. We got probably 100 people with us today. How cool is that? How many people can say that they go on group rides with 100 riders? You know, today we got the EUCs are really outnumbered by the Sur-Rons, but that's okay. I'm riding the Commander Pro 50S as usual, loving the setup. We got the ET Max here off to our right. And it's gonna be a crazy group ride. We got a lot going on, guys, so I'll give you a lot of different views of everything that's happening. So a main goal of any group ride like this is to just get through the ride safe. When there's so many riders, you really gotta watch your back. I mean, every single turn is unpredictable. Every rider is unpredictable. I don't know, 80% of these people, so I don't know their riding styles. And it can get crazy, so you really gotta be on the lookout and on self-defense mode like I am today. But we got an open street. Let's go. Deep carving, making a right. And so I talked about it a little bit in my earlier video, but I got this Continental Contiscoot tire on my Commander Pro, and as far as I know, I am the only person who has this tire on this wheel. So I have a lot to say about it. It's a great tire. I also have the Roger tire spacers, and man, is it a great combo. I have really good control of the wheel, and it does not have as much gyro effect as other tires that I've had. It's weird. It feels like it has no gyro effect until you hit like 30 miles per hour, and I'm sure the spacers help a lot with that, but like before, I couldn't do any sort of this wobble movement. Like the wheel was so flat. The wheel was so flat that I was not able to do that. I could lean my whole body off the wheel and it would not turn very much. But here, as you can see, I'm able to make these super tight turns. I mean, look at this. Woo! So tight, I almost hit the fucking rail. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna check in here in a little bit. We're with the Sur-Rons, keeping it safe. Just look at the amount of riders we got here tonight in our beautiful city of Chicago. Watch this jump. Great suspension. Amazing stunting. So yeah, these guys are really talented. I will say though, you should be riding with gear. I'm not a fan of the guy riding with no helmet, but he's sending it. Look, he's putting on a show for me. Let's go. Look at that, that's sick. Man's got his feet on the handlebars. He can fucking eat dinner right there. Swerving that bitch. Okay. I can't do anything like that. I'm lame. I got fucking nothing. Alright, that was sick. These guys get tricky. Yes, sir. Let's go. We got some well-known riders out here tonight. I won't say any names, but the real ones know who they are. Man, this is it, folks. Friday night, we're bombing down Roosevelt, 100 people deep, swerving in and out of traffic. What more can I say? Mind the gap. And we're gonna go through this red light. Look both ways for safety. You know, there's one thing about events like this, you got power in numbers. I'm not sure if you've seen my critical mass event bike party style video. Not sure if it's been posted yet, but you got power in numbers. And man, oh man, am I feeling good today. Another thing with this street tire, I don't have to worry about going over those grates. When I had the knobby tire on my patton, those things were sending me different directions. Honk, 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 honk. Man, what a beautiful night. So this event is very reminiscent of an event that we hold every year called the Groundings. And if you don't know, the Groundings are two major PEV events. I would say the biggest PEV events of the year, hosted in Chicago and hosted in Washington, D.C. I'll be going to both, and I really hope that you'll be able to make it to one or both of the Groundings events coming up. We got Chicago Groundings. I believe the dates are June 22nd and June 23rd. If you are in the Midwest, if you are in driving distance of Chicago and you ride the PV, if you want to come to an insane group ride of 200, 300 people, you're gonna wanna come to the Chicago Groundings. Again, June 22nd and June 23rd. It's gonna be very similar to this, but much larger in scale. Make sure you clear your calendars and come out to the Groundings. We want to have a great turnout, and we'd appreciate you coming. Now this is what you call a takeover. We got it all. We got E-skates, EUCs, Surons, E-motos. You got bikes I've never even seen before, custom bikes. And we're all here today showing off what we got. So what angle do you guys like the best? I never know which angle to show. Do you like the behind the back? Over the shoulder? First person POV looking rear? Curious to know which you guys like the best. I think that this angle looks really nice. I think you're able to see the wheel, and hopefully you can see how much lean I put into it. But I don't want to go too fast. Again, you got to ride safe at these types of events. So I mentioned Chicago groundings, but I got to bring up Washington, D.C. groundings as well. So I actually lived in Washington, D.C. before moving to Chicago, so I'm very familiar with the area. There's a great EUC and PEV scene out there. Shout out to DC EUC and DC Eastgate. Great fellas and gals. But the dates for Washington, D.C. groundings are going to be, I want to say it's August 18th and 19th. It might be August 18th, 19th, and 20th, but it's that weekend in August, and it's going to be a great time. We have a ton of sponsors. Shout out to Shango and the Gladiators. I know Fees and E-Rides even sponsor those events. You know, last year I was actually fortunate enough to win a pair of E-Rides pedals in the giveaway, and those E-Rides pedals have made themselves home on my A2. Loving that wheel. Can't wait to ride the A2 some more. I actually still have the A2 Plus control board sitting in my closet. I've been super lazy and caught up with work, so I haven't had time to install that. But that's, you know, something that's coming up. The A2 to A2 Plus conversion. I'm really interested to see how that goes, so stay tuned for that. So since I've gotten this wheel, I have put some modifications on it. The main one I want to talk about right now is these pedals. So you might not be able to even tell, but I got the Adam G Comfort pedals. Now these are CNC pedals that come out of California. This guy, Adam G, has engineered and designed these pedals completely himself, and he produces them at his own workshop. And they're made of some of the highest grade titanium, I believe is titanium, that you can find. And this metal is like literally indestructible. I mean, you're gonna break every component of your wheel before you even damage these pedals, right? They're just indestructible. So I scooped them up, and I bought them because I hadn't heard one single negative comment on them. And whenever, you know, that's the case with a product, I'm generally interested. And these pedals have not let down, man. I gotta say, they have mountain bike spikes that you can adjust completely however you want. I got them probably, half of an inch maybe, sticking out with the flat side up, and man, they feel great. My feet are super locked in. I really enjoy the ride feel, and I'm gonna have to get off this curb at some point, so let's do it. Not bad. So I guess I could talk about the suspension on the Commander Pro. So I just came off of 3,000 miles on a veteran patton. And the veteran patton has, extremely good suspension, I'd say. I mean, it's one like a cloud, but it's also springy in a way that this suspension is not. You can jump, you can preload the springs right before a speed bump per se, and get some serious air. So we got somebody blocking traffic, so I'm gonna go ahead and speed up and go through the intersection. Appreciate that, my guy. But yeah, so the Commander Pro suspension, it compares slightly, but not all the way. It does not have that same springiness that the veteran lineup typically has. And that's not that it's a bad thing. It just means that this wheel is definitely more street oriented than it is to like jumping or something. So I have my Commander Pro when I want to ride on the street, when I want to go a long distance, when I want to be comfortable and sit down. And then I got my veteran patton for when I want to go jumping, when I want to ride off-road, and just want a smaller wheel to take around town. So that is my wheel lineup for right now. Might be selling the patton, who knows? Who knows? I always keep my eye out on the market. You never know what's coming next. So yeah, we're in the thick of it, in the middle of the pack. Keeping my eye out on my left and right side, see who's coming. And right now the main concern has been scooters flying by me. Some of the scooters have been going like 40 miles right by my side, so gotta look out for the scooters. And then there's these guys stunting these huge Surons. I mean, look at this thing. The thing's huge. That's a damn near full-size motorcycle. Carbon fiber and all. So clean, effortless. But yeah, hey, it doesn't take much skill to wheelie. I mean, look, I'm doing it right now. You see me? I'm doing a wheelie. Doesn't mean anything. No, I'm just playing around. Look at that view. Look at Chicago. Oh man. We're on the west side. And it is a fabulous Friday night. I hope you guys are all getting out and enjoying your Friday night, staying safe out on your group rides, and making the most of your life, man, because life's short. But I don't have to tell you that. Get out and ride. Man, what more can I say? It is a beautiful night. I'm enjoying the ride. I'm feeling good. I love these rides because they take me to parts of the city that I haven't been to before. I mean, here in Chicago, we got ChiBatterySystems sponsoring our weekly group rides. And they put out really good routes each and every week. And a lot of times these routes end at restaurants that I've never been to, right? So in places of Chicago I've never been to. And it's great. It's great to get outdoors. It's great to build a sense of community. It's great to have friends that share, you know, a similar hobby that I do. And it just makes for a great time. What more do I have to say? That's pretty cool. Dude's freestyling. What can I do? I don't even know. But yeah, this type of carving would not be as easy before the Roger tire spacers. Like, the wheel really fought me to turn, but now I have free movement of the wheel. Oh, and it feels so nice. I have complete control. I love the wheel. Suspension test. Nothing. Let's try this Contiscoot tire off-road. You know, we're in Chicago. We really don't have that much off-road, so I can't, you know, speak to its really abilities. But in the grass, I got a good grip. Oh, that's a tree. Can't be hitting the tree. Going over a nice area here. Right turn coming up. Oh yeah, that's exactly what that Contiscoot is good for. You can lean your whole wheel into the turn. Now that's probably a combination of the Contiscoot and the Roger tire spacers. But man, can I lean my whole wheel into the turn versus before I had to lean my body into the turn, if that makes sense. So it looks like we're taking a pause here. I'll get back to you. So we are back on the move following a little break. We took some time to hang out in the parking lot and do some tricks on our bikes, if you can't tell. And yeah, so I'm going to continue filming, knowing that the low light recording on the Insta360 is not great, as I've said several times before. You know, it's really a shame because a lot of my rides are after work. So, you know, I'm riding during the nighttime, so it's hard to film as effectively, but that doesn't mean I can't still bring you guys at least a good glimpse of what it's like to tag along to one of these group rides. And I hope I've done that for you today. Hey, appreciate you, my guy. You heard what that cop said? The cop just said, "Go get them, boys." Go get them. That's hilarious. I hope I caught that. So if that isn't proof of Chicago PD having bigger fish to fry, then I don't know what is, man. The cops just rolled by. They saw us, what, 75, 100 deep on these electric vehicles, and they said on the speaker, "Go get them, boys." So, hey, it's nice to not have to worry. I feel bad for my PEV family out there in Europe who has to worry about, you know, their vehicles getting confiscated by the police. I mean, how insane is that you could be riding your EUC respectfully through a park or something and they come and confiscate your wheels. So not to go crazy with it, but it's another reason why I'm glad I live in America, where we are relatively free, if you can use that word. I don't know, but I love it. America. All right, I know it's getting dark, guys, but we are rolling up on one of my favorite spots in Chicago. This is Montrose Harbor. There's a beautiful beach up here. There's a bird sanctuary. I love to go fishing over here. I set up my hammock. This is just like one of Chicago's great harbors, natural areas. It's a little dark, so you probably can't see right now. But this harbor and the beach was built in the 1920s. So it has been open for over 100 years of fellow Chicagoans enjoying the great outdoors. So we're riding here. I'm not sure where we're going. I'm pretty sure the final ending spot for this ride is exactly where we started, back on Northerly Island. But I'm not sure of that. I probably will have to sign out at some point just because it's getting real dark and these street lights only do so much. But it's been great to show you around today. It's been quite a unique ride. I don't always like to ride with all the Surons and dirt bikes and e-bikes, but every now and then it's refreshing, and there's a lot of out-of-towners here tonight that came in for this weekend's events, so it's great to show them around our beautiful town. So I will tune in if I see anything interesting, but generally it's been great having you today. Hope you enjoyed your Friday. It's been a great Friday for me. It's only about 8:30, 9 o'clock, so it's not too late, but it is getting dark here. So hope you have a great night.